So my name is Shrutika. I am a 2009 Teach for India Fellow, and I'm currently working as a city head for the Bombay operations at India's School Leadership Institute, where we train and support school principals across Bombay. I think the fellowship was is extremely transformational experience. I don't think even like I think the first time I experienced what it meant to completely immerse yourself in your work for someone else. I was working for my kids, I was working for the community, and it was this kind of a feeling that I had forgotten. I actually had never experienced, because it's always about yourself. Like at a job, you're like how well you can do, what more you can get. For once, I was working for someone else, and I really enjoyed that experience. And very quickly into the fellowship, I realized that this is what I want to do. So after the fellowship, while there were a lot of these options to work, to go back in the corporate world, there were a lot of consulting opportunities. For me personally, I wanted to stay in the development sector, and education seemed like the right direction. So I thought, why not? Let's continue on that path. And so that's how I landed up with working on staff. As I was going through those 3 years at Teach for India, I became more and more aware that everything that I was learning at TFI was great, but the space of education is a lot wider outside of Teach for India. There are a lot of these schools, a lot of children going to school with no hope for good education. And I felt like, okay, now I wanted to take everything that I learned at TFI and support, bring all of that into the rest of the schools where TFI is not present, or impact education outside of Teach for India. And ISLI seemed like a really good opportunity. One, there are a million opportunities after Teach for India. Teach for India is not an end, it's just a beginning. And one should just feel really, really confident that after TFI, you can go back doing whatever it is that you want to do. If anything, you have just given yourself an opportunity to enhance your skills a little bit more, play a much stronger leadership role. Having been in the corporate sector, I can say hands down that 40 years later, I didn't want to wake up and feel like I didn't do anything different. And Teach for India is that opportunity to really experience what else is out there. So it really, really is the beginning. And after that, I think just the space is yours. You meet a lot of amazing people. You get to know a lot of the sectors. You get to know the development sector a little bit. The corporate sector is always open. So really, it is up to the fellow to decide where they want to go. So clearly, no one is putting you in a box. I will say honestly, I was there. I still remember my last day in my job when it was the same day that I was joining TFI. I wish that a little part of me was hoping that my boss called me up and said, don't go, like come back and stay with us, because I was scared about what was happening. But I'm so glad he didn't, because I think if you're 80% there, I think you're almost there. And just take the plunge, because there's just a whole gamut of opportunities and experiences that otherwise you're going to miss out on. And life is short, so why not give yourself just 2 years of experiencing something different and beautiful.